2 games of playoff hoops on a Wednesday night. Timberwolves clinch the series. Rockets stay alive. We're going to get into it all here. My name is Shlomo Stark,
My name is Levy Jacob.
and this is the NBA Daily Recap in 15 minutes or less. Levy, Timberwolves in 5. Who had that bet?
Honestly pretty crazy. Like just
It
watching
is
it's pretty
wild.
nuts.
It is wild. I I think like, even though he didn't play well today, I think this is gonna go down for like an Anthony Edwards legacy as like one of his legendary moments. To beat this Lakers team in 5 at his age as the clear best player on the team is a tremendous accomplishment. And I want to just first give him mad props, even though he didn't play well tonight.
Yeah,
Um, I just think big picture is more important right now than like this actual game. It is insane that the Timberwolves beat the Lakers in 5.
the part of it that's pretty crazy is the five. Like I feel like if it was six, would it be as crazy as this?
Correct. The Lakers only had one win with LeBron James and Luka Doncic.
I'll tell you what though, I do think that there's a little bit about the media like gassing up the Lakers. Like if I'm really thinking about it, I know it's like hindsight is 2020, but realistically speaking, like listen, LeBron and Luka, yeah, of course. You know, but all of a sudden talking about is Austin Reeves the best third option and all this stuff. Like people like I have a hard time not seeing the Lakers making the finals as they're playing like this. Like when they're going closer to the playoffs before LeBron got injured. Yeah, but at the same time, like they were lacking a lot of alternative support. You know what I'm saying? Like this team is
Yeah, so
not a
I
complete
hear
team.
you. I'm gonna counter and say and go the other way. I think this Timberwolves team is just underrated.
I think that's also true,
Like
honestly.
I think it's more of like I think this Lakers team is great, and I think they would beat the Warriors and the Rockets. I think they'd beat the Nuggets, and I think they'd have a great series against the Clippers. And I just think that Anthony Edwards is so good. And when you have Randall and Gobert playing like they play tonight, you don't even need Anthony Edwards to be good. And they're very deep, right? Like McDaniels got fouled out at the end. It didn't even matter. Um, they're a very, very deep team. And like just I think that we just kind of looked at them as like, eh. And I would say more the other way of that maybe the media did hype up LeBron and Luca, but I think it's rightful that they hyped them up because they're the two biggest stars. But I think there's a lack of hype from Minnesota just because it's not sexy to say Minnesota's awesome because they're in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I think that they're unbelievable. I want to talk about Gobert. He was so good today. Were you watching?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're taping this right after the game, like literally seconds after. Gobert finished with a 27 and 24, 12 of 15 shooting. Randall, 23 points, 8 of 16 shooting, and it felt better, his shooting percentage. Like it felt like anytime he wanted, he could just score. He would just do bully ball. It was really cool. He would do the same thing every time. He would post, contact, fade. It was so cool. The Lakers, it kind of just felt like LeBron, Luca, Rui, Austin, we're just gonna chuck it up and like because we're very good, it'll go in a lot. But this was the first time in the series, and maybe it took me too long because the series ended 4-1, or I'm just like, and this is what I was mentioning to you in my counterpoint is this Timberwolves team is excellent, and I think that they're better than both the Rockets and Warriors.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I think if it was the Rockets, I think it would just be a very I think everyone would end up getting injured, like because both of them like to
Mm-hmm.
just like kind of run into the wall. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a very underrated. I think like it's funny because actually you kind of see it like on the Knicks end. Like, what are they a little bit missing? Like, oh, like a go-to post scorer. Like if Carl Anthony Towns could a little bit take on at some points the mentality that Julius Randle is attacking this series with, I feel like it could really benefit them. Like I think Julius Randle is benefited from not playing under Tom Thibodeau. From being honest with you, like it allows him time to heal a little bit, and and they're this Timberwolves team is like it's going to be interesting to watch the rest of the playoffs. Yeah, I don't.
Mhm.
I think we can get to the second game in a minute, but I think that this is like it's crazy because I think that this then makes them kind of a lock to get to the Western Conference Finals again.
Yeah. Um, yeah. It's a good take. I don't know about a lock, but definitely because I've just seen I'm too scared to lock anything the way these plays
Yeah.
have gone. But definitely favored.
I think I feel like okay, let's get into the second game and then we'll go into it more.
Yeah, so this was the Rockets game we've kind of been waiting for. The recipe for the Rockets is you need to just beat them by a lot. Because if it's bucket to bucket, the Warriors are winning, and the Rockets did exactly that. They um by the third quarter, um Kerr had just put his entire bench in. Rockets outscored the Warriors in the first quarter, 40-24, second quarter, 36-25, and midway through the third, Kerr just like threw in the towel and
Yeah.
put his bench in. Ime Udoka followed suit 5 minutes later. Warriors bench made a bit of a run, and they made it the score 109-92. And then Udoka put all his starters back in. He's like, "We are not losing this game." And then there was some fighting at the end with the bench players and their starters, Dylan Brooks, whatever it is. But Rockets get a nice win. I don't think this really matters so much. I think that this is like expected, and Warriors will probably win at home next game. I think Warriors in six was a very normal and expected outcome.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about it today is that having as many 3-1 series as we've had, like then in turn statistically, right? However unlikely it is that a team is going to come back 3-1 or down 3-1,
Mm-hmm.
these are the highest chances that we have for a team to come back 3-1 because there's just so many series that have been 3-1 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right.
yeah, it was like you said, like they just came out of the gates moving the Rockets, and the Warriors they just don't have pace to keep up with that, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they can repeat this game next game, the Rockets, but you know, time will tell.
Yep, that's fair. Um, okay, predictions. I feel bad. There's not so much talk about that Warriors Rockets games.
The,
Knicks
the thing,
Knicks bet.
the thing I
What?
want to mention about the Knicks Rockets game is that I was gonna say I think that if the Rockets game goes so many more games, and the Timberwolves now have time to rest to then go against the Warriors, I just don't think it's gonna be even a close series. I don't think like Warriors Timberwolves. I think that the Timberwolves have more on both sides of the ball.
It's a very similar series to the Lakers one, which is like it's the Timberwolves against like a bunch of seasoned vets.
Yes, except I think the key factor is Luca. Like you were expecting Luca to come out of the block with a little bit more, and it just didn't
I
happen.
don't know, like I think he averaged like 35.
I know, but it was I
Like
think
I'm not sure what more the guy could have done. Like
it just didn't feel like he took control of games though. Like I understand that he got the points, like he got the
I'm
numbers.
saying he averaged this was his stats for the postseason. 30.8 points, 42 minutes, 7.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 0.75 blocks.
But it didn't
Like
feel like none of them felt like Dallas though. You know what I'm saying? Like none of them felt like Luca when Luca
yeah,
takes over.
because he wasn't alone.
But he wasn't alone last year.
Yeah, he was.
No, he had Kyrie.
Uh, eh.
I listen. Despite your opinions on
Kyrie's
fact,
not
Lord
alone.
alone, I hear it, but I don't know. I didn't feel as much like I didn't feel his presence as much. I don't know.
I also didn't feel it as much, but I think that's because he had LeBron. I don't think it's because of a lack of. I'm not sure there was more he could have done, is what I'm saying. I agree with you about the lack of presence, but I don't know what more you wanted from him.
He didn't feel like the unstoppable scorer that we know him to be, honestly. There are points at which you feel like Luka,
That's got to be the eye test because the stats would say like they one of the greatest.
right. That's what I'm saying the numbers
Yeah.
are there. The numbers are there. I just think that it was a very different vibe. I just think it was like a little bit off. That's all.
I hear you. Okay, predictions. We got Knicks Pistons. I have the Knicks. They better win this in Detroit. I'm not in the mood of a game 7. I assume you have the Knicks too.
I'm gonna have the Knicks. They gotta win. They gotta win also just because
If they don't win tomorrow, you're going to be seeing a very angry Shlomo. I'll tell you that. Maybe we should root for the Pistons to win just for the content of this pod, because if something were to go viral, if we were to get canceled, it's going to be if the Knicks lose Game 6. Anyway,
to be fair,
it's so annoying. Like we need rest.
I think it is closer than one would think though. Like in regards to who's gonna win the next game.
Every single game has come down to the last 20 seconds, and I have no reason to think this will not come down to the last 20 seconds.
No, I think it will, but I'm saying like I just think that the Pistons now have like the wind at their back that they're like, oh, we're gonna go, like you guys all counted us out. We were down 3-1, now we're 3-2. Like it really could win the series, and I feel like it gives them hope, which is not what you want to have. So I think I think in regards to this game, like I think it is 50-50, unfortunately.
The line would agree with you. Pistons are favored by 1.5. Okay, and Clippers Denver. Denver up 3-2. This is in Los Angeles. I'm gonna say Clippers because this is just a destined game 7.
I think it's Nuggets. I think they're closing out the series this game.
Oh man, that's a nice prediction. I like that one, maybe.
Watching them, you know what's funny is that actually Goldsberry. I was listening to the podcast from 2 days ago, or I guess last night, 2 nights, whatever. Doesn't really make a difference. He said exactly what I said on the podcast yesterday. Like he literally almost point for point. It was like the same notes, and I was like, oh, well, okay.
Look at you and Kirk, and probably Simmons probably said the same thing I said. It was just like, oh, we don't like Curry.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that the Clippers, like, realistically speaking, like their stars are old, and it's been a long series, and James Harden, very infamously falls apart in the playoffs. Kawhi Leonard doesn't really keep it together for more than a couple games in a row. Like, I think it's very possible that the Nuggets win this out.
Totally agree. All right, that was the NBA Daily Recap in 15 minutes or less. I want to thank you, Levy, for co-hosting, producing, and for being as good at basketball analysis as Kirk Goldsberry. And I want to thank you for listening.